this activity, you are going to learn how to decorate and animate a Christmas tree using Keynote. To do this, you are going to use the Keynote app. Start by opening the Keynote app on your iPad. Press the plus button at the top of the screen and then choose the basic white theme. Next, we want to tap on the little boxes and press the red button that says Delete. And we want to do this for all of the boxes. In the top left-hand corner, tap on the down arrow, choose Presentation Options, and then choose Presentation Setup. At the very bottom of the screen, tap Slide Size and choose 3 to 4, so we've got a nice portrait size. Then tap Done. The light switch to animate my Christmas tree, I'm going to tap on the button that has a square and the circle, tap Basic, and then tap the square. I can move my square around the page to where I want it best, and I can either make it bigger or smaller by pulling on the little blue circles. I can change the colour of the background of my switch by pressing the paintbrush, tapping Style, and then choosing Fill, and choosing a different colour that I want my square to be. Next, I want to make a smaller square to go inside this one. So I'm going to tap the square and press Copy. Then I will tap somewhere on the white and press Paste. This will give me a duplicate square. I can change the colour again by tapping the paintbrush and choosing a different fill. I'm going to make this square smaller so that I can fit it inside my larger square and make the switch for my animation. I want to add some instructions for my switch, so I'm going to choose the square and circle button, tap Basic and tap Text. Then I'm going to double tap the text button and type in my instructions, and it's going to be tap the switch to turn on the lights. I can position my instructions so that they're above my light switch by using the blue buttons. I can change the style of my text by tapping on the paintbrush, changing the size and changing the font. And if I wish, I could even change the text colour. Now I'm going to add my Christmas tree to my project by pressing the square and circle button, tapping on Basic, and this time I'm going to use the search function and I'm going to type in tree. And you should find that there's a nice looking Christmas tree that comes up straight away. Now you can resize your Christmas tree so that you can make it bigger to fit your project, again just by tapping on the blue circles. I'm going to change the colour of my tree by tapping on the paintbrush, making sure I'm on Style, and then choosing a green colour from the fill options. Tap on the square and circle button, and this time I'm going to choose a square. But rather than keep it a square, I'm going to make it a long rectangle so I can make a base for my Christmas tree to sit on. I'm also going to make sure that I change the colour, and this time I'm going to change it to a kind of brown colour. Now on our Christmas tree, we would usually decorate it with some baubles. So I'm going to go up to my shape button, and I've got a circle there that I can use and I can resize and I can move around to place wherever I would like. I'm going to change the colour of it by tapping the paintbrush and tapping Style and changing the fill. And then I'm going to position my bauble where I want it to be. To make more baubles, I'm going to tap on my yellow bauble here and tap Copy, and then tap somewhere on my tree and click Paste, and this should duplicate my bauble. And this time I'm going to change the fill to a different colour by tapping the paintbrush and Style, and then I can do the same thing and add lots and lots of different baubles to my Christmas tree, changing the fill of each bauble as I go. Finally, I want to add a star to the top of my tree. I'm going to click my shapes and press search again. This time I'm going to type in star and I'm going to choose the first one. Then I can resize it again. And when I'm happy, I can change the colour and make it a nice golden yellow. So now it's time to animate our Christmas tree. And the first animation I'm going to add in is the light switch. So I'm going to click on the yellow box and I'm going to choose animate from the menu that pops up. When I animate my light switch, I want to choose the option of add action. I don't want to build it in because I want it to be there already and I don't want to build it out either. So I'll tap that button and then I want to choose the option pulse, which is at the end, because I want my light switch to pulse. When I'm finished, I'm going to tap done at the top left. I'm going to animate my baubles next. So I'm going to click on the one I want to come in after the switch, choose animate from the selection, and this time I'm going to tap build in. I'm going to scroll along the bottom menu bar until I find the action shimmer. And once I've found it and I've tapped on it, it should give me a little preview of what it'll look like. When I'm happy, I'm going to tap done. And then I'm going to do the same for the next bauble. And I'm going to work my way through all of the baubles until I've finished animating them all. Finally, I'm going to animate my star at the top so it's the last image to shimmer in. When you've finished animating all of your objects, if you tap on the 3 dots with the lines beside them in the top right, it will give you your build order. If you tap on the square, which is your light switch, we want this to start on the tap. But we don't want the same to happen for all of our baubles. We want to make sure that these come in after build 1. Then we're going to change each bauble in order so that it comes in after the one before it. When you are happy with your build order, if you click on the play button at the top, you should be able to see a preview of your animated Christmas tree. When you are happy, press Done in the top left-hand corner. To rename your project, click on the down arrow beside the words and tap on Rename. Type in the new name for your project. Now that you know the basics, you can continue to add more decorations and animations to your Christmas tree if you wish.